As Scrooge turned around, the ghost of Christmas yet to come appeared behind him.
Am I in the presence of Christmas yet to come?
The spirit said nothing and nodded.
Spirit of the future, I fear you most, but I know your purpose is to do me good. And I hope to be another man than what I was. I will bear your company with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me?
The spirit says nothing and just points straight ahead of them.
Of course. Lead on, spirit.
A flash of light appears, and two men appear standing under an umbrella.
I know those men. And this place, it's the stock exchange. It's a second home to me.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Cold rain, isn't it?
Seasonable for Christmas time.
Did you hear? Sounds like the devil got one of his own last night. So I'm told.
I never thought he would die.
So, what's he done with his money? I haven't heard. He hasn't left it to me, I know that.
It's likely to be a very cheap funeral. Upon my life, I don't know of anyone to go to it.
Well, I don't mind going, if a lunch is provided, but they'll have to feed me first. Well, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Tell me, spirit of the future, who can this poor wretch be, for whom no one has moved to mourn at his death?
The spirit doesn't answer, but raises his hand to point in another direction. Let the chairwoman be the first, then Mrs. Dilber go second, and the Undertaker last. Look here, old Joe, what's the chance of all three of us going to show up at the same time?
You couldn't have been in a better place. Come in, sit. None of you ain't strangers to this old rag and bone shop. I'm sure there's no such old bones here as mine. Come in, come in.
What odds, then? Every person has a right to take care of themselves. Always did. That's true, indeed. No man more so. Why then, don't stand staring as if you were afraid, woman. Who's the wiser? We're not going to pick holes in each other's pockets, I suppose. No, indeed. We should hope not. Very well then, that's enough. Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose. No, indeed. If he wanted to keep him after he was dead, the wicked old screw, why wasn't he more natural in his lifetime? If he had been, he'd have been somebody to look after him, instead of lying there gasping his last breath alone by himself. It's the truest word that was ever spoke. It's a judgment on him. That's what it is. It would have been a little heavier judgment. You may depend on it. If I could have laid my hands on anything else. Open that bundle, Joe. Let me know the value of it. Seek out plain. I'm not afraid to be the first, nor afraid to see them. We know pretty well. We were helping ourselves before we met here. It's no sin. Open the bundle, Joe. Oh, no. Upon my word, Mrs. Gap. You don't have to go first, does she? Oh, no, Mrs. Gap. You don't have to go first, Ribbit.
Well, somebody go first.
Oh, very well then. I'll go, Ribbit.
Seal, pencil case, pair of sleeve buttons, a brooch of no great value, and a handkerchief for good measure. Here's your account, and I won't give another sixpence, if I was to be boiled for not doing it. Who's next?
Here you go.
Sheets and towels, a little wearing apparel, 2 old-fashioned silver teaspoons, a pair of silver tongs, and a few old shoes. I always give too much to the ladies. It's a weakness of mine, and the way I ruin myself. That's your account. If you were to ask me for another penny, I'd repent of being so liberal and knock off half a crown.
And now, undo my bundle, Joe.
What do you call this? Bed curtains?
Aye, bed curtains.
You don't mean to say you took them down, rings and all, with them lying there?
Yes, I did. Why not?
You were born to make your fortune, Miss Scamp. There's no two ways about that. Got his blankets?
Who else you think? He ain't likely to take the cold without them. I dare say. You may look through that shirt till your eyes ache, but you won't find a hole in it. It's the best he had. They'd have wasted it if it hadn't been for me.
What do you call a wasting of it?
Putting it on him to be buried in, to be sure. Somebody was fool enough to do it. So I took it off him. Calico shirt is enough for him. He can look uglier than he did in that one. Mrs. Gamp, you took it off of him. Well, he frightened everyone away from him while he was alive. So we're profiting when he's dead.
How horrible. What dreadful, obscene demons. I see now, Spirit. This case of this unhappy man might even be my very own. But, Spirit, is there no one that mourns this poor man's death? Show me some tenderness connected with death, I beseech thee. And he took a child, and set him in the midst of them. And he said to them, whenever you welcome a little child, you welcome me.
Sorry, this color hurts my eyes. There, better now. The candlelight makes them weak, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home. Not for the world. It must be near his time.
Past it, rather. But I think you walked a little slower than he used to. These last few evenings, Mother.
Yes. I've known him to walk with Tiny Tina upon his shoulder. Very fast indeed.
So have I.
So have I. But he was very light to carry. And his father loved her so much that it was no trouble. No trouble at all. Is that your father now?
I went by the grave today. That's why I'm late. I wish you could have been there. It would have done you good to see how green it is. You'll see it often. I promised her that I would walk there every Sunday. To visit her, you see. But guess who I saw today? Fred Hollowell, Mr. Scrooge's nephew. I met him on the street. He saw that I was a little down, and, well, he's the most pleasant-speaking man you ever heard, and so I was not afraid to tell him. And this is what he said to me. I am heartily sorry, Mr. Cratchit. Heartily sorry. And he pledged to be of any service he could to us. He even gave me his card, and said I should call him at home. But it's not for the sake of anything he might be able to do for us, so much as for his kind way. For that I'm thankful. It really seems as if he had known our Tiny Tina, and felt with us. And I've got good news for you, Peter. What is it, Father? Mr. Hollowell has offered you an apprenticeship. You'll be offered 8 shillings a week starting next Tuesday. 8 shillings? Wow!
Congratulations, Peter. Oh, Peter, just think. Soon you'll be keeping company with a young lady and setting up a house for yourself.
That will happen soon enough. But however, whenever we are parted from one another, I'm sure none of us will forget our poor Tiny Tina. Shall we? No, I'll never forget her. Never, Father.
Of course not, Father.
Of course not, Father. Spirit, I know not how, but something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. Tell me what man has died so all alone, that one that was spoken of.
The spirit then points to a gravestone. The audience, no one, sees the name on the headstone. The spirit crosses to the grave and then points down.
Before I draw near to that stone of which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or are they the shadows of things that only may be? A man's course will foreshadow a certain end, to which it must lead. But if he departs from that course, the end will change. Say it is so with what you show me.
A terrifying chord sounds. The letter on the gravestone glows as the spirit traces the name into the gravestone.
Is that my name on that headstone? No, spirit, no. Hear me. I'm no longer the man I once was. I will not be that man. Why show me this if I'm past all hope?
The bell tolls to the stroke of 6.
Good spirit, tell me I may sponge away the writing on that stone. Assure me that I may change these shadows you have shown me. I will honor Christmas in my heart, and try to keep it all here. I will live in the past, the present, and the future.
He rises to go to the spirit, who has disappeared, and now appears next to Scrooge's curtained bed.
The spirits, all three, shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons they teach me. Tell me that I may sponge away the writing on the stone.
Scrooge then grabs the spirit's hand, grabs at the robe, pleading, crying, pulling the figure down into a pile of black as he pleads. Then we hear the clock chime. 8. As lights come up on Scrooge's bedroom. You hear carolers singing, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." Scrooge wakes up with a cry.
Where am I? Wait. What day is this? It's morning, but what day? Oh, well, how long have I been with the spirits? I don't know. But I'm alive. I'm alive. They're still here. They're not torn down. They're here. I am here. Woo! I don't know what to do. I feel light as a feather. I'm happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. That's where old Marley stood. It's all right. It's all true. It's all happened. I don't know how long I've been gone. I don't know what day it is. I don't know anything. Like a baby, I don't care. I'd rather be a baby. Oh, glorious, glorious! Hey, boy, what day is this?
What?
What day is today, my fine fellow?
Today? Why, it's Christmas Day!
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits did it all in one night. Of course they did. They could do anything they like. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello, sir.
Do you know the poultry shop in the next street at the corner?
I should hope I do.
An intelligent boy. A remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging in the window? The big one?
The one as big as me?
What a delightful boy. Yes, my lad.
It's hanging there now.
It is? Go and buy it.
Go on.
No, I mean it. Go and tell them to bring it here. Then I may tell them where to deliver it. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown.
Yes, sir.
Remarkable boy. Hello, fine sir. I want you to take that turkey to number 16 Bayham Street. But you can't carry it all the way down to Camden Town. You must take a cab. Here's for the turkey, and here's for the cab, and here's for yourself. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, sir. Thank you. And here's for you, my lad.
Thank you, sir, and Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. My dear sirs and ladies, how do you do? I hope you were successful yesterday. It's very kind of you. A Merry Christmas to you.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name, and I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon for my behavior yesterday, and for your Christmas fund for the poor. Will you accept?
Lord, bless me! My dear Mr. Scrooge! Are you serious? My word, Mr. Scrooge!
If you please, not a farthing less. Great back, many payments are included, I assure you.
My dear sir, what can we say to such generosity?
Don't say anything, please. Just come and see me. You come and see me?
Of course we will. We will indeed. Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. I am much obliged to you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Scrooge went to his office and was early at the office the next morning. Oh, he was very early there. If he could only get there first and watch Bob Cratchit coming late. That was the thought he had set his heart upon, and he did it. Yes, he did it. The clock struck 9. No Bob. A 1:15. No Bob. He's a full 18.5 minutes behind his time when he arrived.
Aha! What do you mean, sir, by coming in here at this time of day? I'm very sorry, sir. I'm behind my time, I know. You are? I think you are indeed. Yes, step this way, sir, if you please. It's only once a year, sir. It shall not be repeated. I promise you. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir. Now, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer. Therefore, I'm going to raise your salary. A Merry Christmas, Bob. What? A Merry Christmas, Bob, my good fellow, that I've given you for many a year. I'll raise your salary and from now on endeavor to assist your family. As for Tiny Tina, she will walk again. I just know it. Now, if you need to say a thing, come with me. We will discuss the particulars of our bowl of Christmas punch yet this day before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit. Scrooge was better than his word.
He did it all, and indefinitely more. And to Tiny Tina, who did not die, he was a second father. Became a good friend, and a good master, and as good a man as the old city knew. And it was always well said of Ebenezer Scrooge that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. May that truly be said of us, and all of us. And so, as Tiny Tina observed,
God bless us, every one.